Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through that long break. It's definitely not because we all just smoked a bunch of pot. Let's get back to it.
Yeah. Stalks were also involved.
Stalks were involved. Yeah.
Spears and stalks and...
Okay, let's not recap the whole thing. Let's just carry on.
But Rosberg!
We're just generating content from Rosberg. All these sessions are just really convoluted reasons for Rosberg's recaps. That's
Rosberg
This is a good point.
With that, we bring ourselves to the next morning. Just for expediency's sake, what are each of you looking to do during the day? Because you're sort of saying, oh, we'll take a look around the other parts of the town and get a feel for the lay of the land. Like, what's the plan? What's the go here?
Jeremiah sleeps in a little bit, and we all bugger off towards the waterfall without telling him.
You will have anal sex.
You're not there, all right?
You're not there.
Thanks, guys.
You can't say anything.
So
quickly, while Jeremiah's asleep, let's all go have anal sex from the waterfall.
The water will block out the sound.
We're gonna go take selfies.
Okay, honestly, you're making it actually seem like we did all just smoke a whole bunch of pot. That's
fuck that stalk.
so, what do we actually get up to today?
We're not joking.
Let's bring it back. So,
joking.
without
No,
Jeremiah,
no.
to go check out the waterfall.
Do we actually want to go to the waterfall then?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Are we just exploring at the moment?
Yeah,
Is that the
just
idea?
having an
In
explore.
so many ways.
I guess
Each other and the water.
I guess we
Stressful experience.
just pick up Jeremiah and start running out the door.
Standard.
You'll sneak out. Jeremiah wakes
Still sound asleep.
So you wake up alone in the house.
Okay.
Any reaction to that?
It's fine.
You're like, that makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks. I was gonna get up and start noting my movements for the day, and then set out and try and find the rest.
You actually find a note that's left out in a place that you would find it from Oakley that says, "This is how it feels."
And then I'm pretty sure
You're reading that and you're like, I feel like that sentence is incomplete. How does what feel? This is how it feels to be in love.
Yes. What is love?
Anal sex.
Yeah, this is how it feels. A spectral dildo. Appears.
Yes. Spiritual weapon.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, I will.
God fucking damn it, guys. All
So
right.
if I can't find everyone else, I will not foolishly go and try and look for them. I will just mull about town. In fact, I would like to try and see where I could accumulate any books. That's not the Lord's Manor first. So anywhere where I think there's books, I'm going to take a look around, general store or whatever. So.
The old library that got burnt down.
Interestingly, as it happens, you sort of cruise general store first. I really wish I hadn't used the word cruise.
Cruise? Yeah.
Cruising, right.
So.
You go to the
Especially after
general
the spectral
store.
dildos.
The genital store.
The general store for cruising.
God
I'm
damn
with you. Continue.
We're not going to get anything done, are we? You head to the general store. The proprietor Lane is there and things sort of open. While you're there, you actually bump into Terrence, or people, who seems to be just picking up supplies for the house. He sort of sees you and kind of just gives a nod as he heads up to the counter and pays and makes his way out. Wishes you well on the way. As that comes to a close, Lane sort of, can I help you?
Yes, just trying to find out where I can find any books that in town. Is there? Do you normally sell those kind of things, or are they in one place in particular, or?
Can't really say I do, I'm afraid. Well, I've got plain books. If you just need like an empty one for anything you're writing down,
No,
ledgers and.
I've got plenty of those already. I'm sort of looking for more. The ones that are filled in with words. So.
I can't do much for you there, I'm afraid.
Is there any way I think. I mean, isn't like a library in town or anything? Or
I think by now you know that there is not one.
okay. Well, that's fine. I might just. In fact, I might try and follow Terence. So try and see if I can catch up with Terence on his way back.
Sure, yeah. See you later. As you sort of head out, Terence is already making his way up towards the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in a hurry, but like he's not wasting any time.
Yep. I'll try to see if I can
Yeah.
follow him and
Are you
knock on
like
the door and just say, "Hey, do you mind if I peruse the library in the Lord's house?"
as he sort of not really my place to say. Probably should.
That's okay. I'll just I'll make myself busy somewhere else. But if there's a chance I could later, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could ask. I mean, he's letting Miriam read some of what's here, so yeah. I guess he's not closed off to the idea. It's just not, it's not my permission to give.
That's okay. I'm trying to give him with his space. I know he's a very busy man.
All right.
So.
Yeah.
But if I get the thumbs up, just send word to the house that I'm at. I'll just tell him where it is and then make my way back.
As you sort of say that, hold on, you're staying in a house.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really being used at the moment, so we thought we'd
Does
make them a bit more homely and occupied. So
does Mr. Garrow know?
we did send him a letter
When? I don't recall getting any letters.
sometime last night.
Didn't see any letters this morning.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it should be there.
Where?
Wherever
I
he
checked the
normally
mail. There's nothing there.
reads the letters. It's weird because the letter sort of moves on its own. It kind of flies. So I'm not quite sure where it would land. I'm assuming it would know because it's a letter. So that was better than I was. I can't presume to think like a letter. It's not really my forte. Tell you what, if he's not sure, I'm at the house. He can come and say anything. So
I like it. This I like. Yes. This is some content.
That's what we're here for. This is why you're tuning in, guys.
This entire party.
Every
has
Sunday,
social
every
skills.
Sunday, 6 p.m. means it too.
Hey, there is a bard. He's at the waterfall.
He's at the waterfall having anal sex.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
At the waterfall is a euphemism.
yeah.
He's gonna go to the
You hear
waterfall.
Gary's been at the waterfall lately?
He's standing on top playing.
As you sort of say that, all right, I'll look again for it.
Okay, that's great. You know where I am. That's cool. You stay sharp, okay? Hey.
You like gradually
backing out the
guns
door.
your way out. I heard the
what?
most
I don't know.
confronting thing recently, by the way, and I can't stop thinking about this. I heard someone ask someone else, "Are you a thumbs up bisexual or a finger guns bisexual?"
Oh, okay.
And I just can't stop thinking about that.
Well, I'm definitely a finger bisexual, so clearly.
Because the reason it sticks with me is now every time I do either, I'm like, what does this say about me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Who am I?
yeah.
Oh my.
Because I feel like I go through phases of like, yep. Like more recently, I've started doing this. What's this shit?
Doesn't
I'm the whitest guy ever. Like I'm.
Does it made you quadsexual?
Pansexual? Yep.
Yeah, that's the pansexual wave. That's how they
Chakra,
identify
Do
one
you
another.
surf or skateboard?
No,
No idea.
I
what
like
you're
that.
about.
Bisexual.
I don't know. Just out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, this just pops up.
Right.
I do it out the car window to people. Like
Uh,
Do you ski or snowboard?
no, I barely go outside.
You're not allowed to do it.
Is this cultural appropriation right now?
I will be informing the council.
You
when
don't
it's
surf,
next
bro.
You're going under review.
Bruh, dude, sorry to bring the chill down, bro. But,
See you in bro court.
Okay.
anyway, the waterfall.
No. We'll continue with this because you take a lunch at the Hellish Rebuke, and it's there you find some books
Oh, nice.
in the process of being read by one Miriam Mistwell. As she sort of sees you, gives you a little wave, and she's just sort of sat there with like basically like a small like cheese and meat kind of platter that she's sort of idly picking at. She's got about like 4 different books kind of all sprawled across, and sort of sees you and waves as you head up to the bar to get some lunch.
Do you mind if I join you, perchance?
That'll be terrible conversation. I'm quite engrossed. I'm sorry.
No, what? That's fine. I was more interested in the books, if I'll be honest.
Oh, I suppose this is on me for reading in a public place, but not really here to share them.
Okay. Any reason? Are they sensitive material? If I'm asking too many questions, you just let me know.
Material that we don't want to discuss at too great a length.
Okay. Well,
She sort of looks at you, kind of furrows her brow. I'm aware your interest is scholarly. I apologize that we do not know each other well enough for me to fully gauge the integrity of your scholarship, shall we say. That isn't necessarily a criticism, it's more pragmatism. The things that folk like us can learn sometimes shouldn't be learned by some of us, if you're understanding my meaning.
I do catch your meaning. It is more just starting around a bit low on reading material. That's all. But no need to pry. I'll grab something. It's okay with you if I just park up and read without gleaning any information about whatever it is you have
If you
there.
want to just read, you can just read, but... Yes, anyway. She sort of returns to what she's up to. Meanwhile, at the waterfall...
I'm teaching everyone the trombone.
Thumbs up bisexual.
Boom.
So why are we here, really?
He says as he's bending over.
As we all look
You
around,
undo your belts.
Why are you
Why are
You're
we
not-
here again?
Should I? Right. Okay.
This is your idea, boy.
I wanted to have like sort of be a good vantage point to have a look out all this way and where this river runs.
Are you going to the top of the waterfall? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What's the view?
Is this just like a
Isn't
peaceful
there the
outing?
village on the top side?
Well, I mean, no.
Yeah, what end do we arrive at, I suppose?
Oh,
would be
why
the
wouldn't
question.
you like
It
to
is
know?
possible. Like the way it kind of works is there's sort of like a slope that kind of runs down, and the waterfall. So like you can go like straight north, and the slope sort of goes down to the side. The bottom of the waterfall is at the bottom of that slope, and if you carry on northward, is where you get the river as it comes to a cliff that creates the waterfall. So you could go to the top or the bottom. That's what I'm saying. You could top or bottom at the
I'm
waterfall.
going top.
Yeah.
What's your preference?
I'm going top.
You can top.
Oh,
Okay.
really? Well,
Yeah,
you picked
as
it, that's right.
as from this great
Things
vantage
will go
point,
on.
you see 4 dudes just going at it.
Go on, man.
Your rampant gay sex is interrupted by Torgal swan diving from the top of the waterfall.
Rude.
Anyway, swan dive into the best night of your life.
With can.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. So anyway, go to the top and want to have a look.
Make a perception check
Explore the vista.
while you're topping. I really didn't need that little snort.
You did.
You really latched onto this as a DM.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys latched onto it. I'm just following the mold.
It was
of
a
this
mere mention.
Yeah.
Someone's
12.
obsessing.
mere mention. Don't fucking gaslight me. How much was that? Sorry.
12.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're too distracted.
God damn it.
You just so from where you are, you can see like a fair lay of the land. Kind of stretching out further in that direction. The tree cover is relatively dense. You can see some parts of the forest that look like maybe they were also burned down not too long ago. Obviously, trees regrow, houses don't, so it is in the process of rejuvenating, but you can see the odd sort of still somewhat skeletal tree towards the top where maybe it never really grew back in, just never quite fell over either. And aside from that, not really a lot of details to notice.
There's no other dwellings or anything like that up there.
Do you mind if we go and check out the bottom of the waterfall now as well? 'Cause,
Oh, Zoo's already there.
You're already there, having a splish.
Straight down.
can we look behind the waterfall?
I For a magic cave.
No, I mean like that. Naturally, there are caves occurring behind waterfalls.
Yeah.
It's not just a fantasy trope.
Yeah, it's because the water comes down, and if it's softer rock underneath, it digs underneath
Yeah.
the force when it hits the bottom.
It's
Yeah.
it's actually a
Yeah,
thing.
geologically
It's like
speaking, you're
fluid
correct,
dynamics, so,
but there is no like cave, like fully formed cave kind of thing.
Okay.
What there is just like the rock continues down, and then sort of it contacts with the water, and then there's sort of a kind of overhang, if you will, of the cliff face. So the waterfall is too forceful to really want to swim near enough to it to go in behind it. You can just kind of like see, if you shimmy around the edge, you can kind of like see a little bit behind it. There's
How high is it?
about as high as you right now. No, it's
Pretty fucking high.
it's pretty high. As you see, the waterfall, it's like a huge bong rip. It's not too high. It's maybe like the equivalent of a 3-story building. Like, it's not massive. It's not a shitload of water either, but like
at the bottom, how big's the pool?
the pool widens out quite a bit. It's sort of like it's relatively flat where it hits the ground, so that it does kind of like pull out a little bit before it continues on.
Does it look deep enough and big enough they can jump into it?
I was going to say, I nudge Marder and I'm like, I bet he's going to jump. He's going to jump.
I mean,
You
I'm going to
watch.
answer your question in that
I don't even need
you
power.
can jump
That's-
into surprisingly shallow water safely if you know what you're doing. It's not like it's stupidly shallow. Like, you could comfortably, like, if you stood fully up in it,
I'd be athletics, eh?
I was going to say, if you stood fully up, it'd probably come to like your armpits, roughly, the surface of the water. So like, it's reasonably deep. But you could probably, like, again, if you sort of know what you're doing, you can jump into it safely. But like, don't pencil dive, or you're
It's
going
like
to break your
athletics.
legs. To do this properly, I would say it's acrobatics. Because this is maneuvering your body in the air.
I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna form like a little pillar and try and catch him a little bit with the water so he doesn't just blunt force like smack into the.
You can see
And
how
I'm gonna
much
use just shape water
confidence he
cantrip
has.
in order to do that.
As you dive, can you just say we're basically gods?
Just, yeah, go the whole hog.
The difference is you guys don't have resurrection magic free.
No, we
don't.
Don't I know it?
3 stories. I've jumped off that high. When I was
You like turn
18.
into a goldfish with the shooting as well. That's the real shit. Just like this. Saying we're basically gods.
You
before
take
turning into a goldfish.
360 points
Can I
of
not athletically
possible,
jump
right?
off?
No!
The worst part is,
It's acrobatics. This is your ability
fuck's
to like
sakes.
position your body correctly to hit the water. Just roll the fucking dice, man. It is technically a new
We're
day.
basically gods.
I know, I have an auto success.
But you're not going to use it.
So did I give him advantage or how did I help him? I'm just curious.
I feel like below, there's probably not anything you can do to give him advantage. Like, it's not really possible to assist someone with maneuvering midair. yeah. You pull out the semaphore.
Do what I can. This is what I'm catching.
So, what did that result to?
2.
God damn it.
Okay.
Yep, that's about right.
As you see this happen, he sort of maneuvers himself. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's in the process of like careening towards what's probably going to be a belly flop, and then like on instinct, he kind of like crumples his body up. The way he crumples his body up, his legs like he sort of like swivels and kind of covers his chest, and his legs kind of stick out. Like one leg is going to go in first, and you see this happening, and you're like, oh no.
He's stapling.
As you like push the water as best as you can, and you just like 1 foot only pierce through the water at great speed and at great weight, and you just crack into the bottom. I need you to roll a D100, you fucking idiot. Okay.
We're basically gods.
If this is what God looks like.
So D100, so you roll both. So
So
roll.
you-
So
Tens
that's
and
the,
a one.
that's the tens digits, and so roll
So
both
yeah.
of these together. So that's 50. I can't see the other dice.
50.
So it's a
Zero.
10. So
So
50.
it's 0 in this
So
instance, so
zero.
it's 50
Yeah.
exactly. Cool. That's really bad for you. Because that's exactly in the middle of a distribution. So if the distribution here is, how dangerous is this? Being exactly in the middle of it is terrible. You either needed it to be extremely not dangerous or extremely dangerous. You're right in the middle. You're at the exact level of danger that this is going to be, which means you land straight through and you feel your leg break badly in like about 3 different places, as the whole weight of you, like, you just sort of come down with enough speed that like your other leg that's kind of tucked in like bounces off the bottom. You kind of feel it bruise, sort of like jars up through your body, and then you kind of come up to the surface of the water as your leg, it is completely numb. It is terribly painful. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You're going into shock in the water.
I'm gonna use shape water. I'm gonna try and pull him in.
Yeah.
So I can shore a little bit.
As you just start like trying to like move his body towards the edge as best as you can.
The console.
I feel like Torgal just ruined the beach day.
Totally. 11.
Oh no. Yeah, he starts to like he just kind of passes out. At this point, the shape water is like mostly just trying to keep him above the surface of the water. You're trying to like push water up underneath him to counteract the sheer lack of buoyancy.
Yeah. If I see him like pass out, I'll go over and
I mean, I will grow wings and go and pick him up and just kind of like drag him out of the
What
water.
is your strength?
Uh,
I don't know if you have the strength to fly with this guy.
I mean, I'm not gonna pick him up out of the water.
Oh, right, you
Yeah.
just sort of like drag him
Yeah,
on
I'll
the
just drag
surface.
him out.
Yeah,
I'll
you
just
sort of
drag him
like
out
you
of
like get like sort of underneath
Yeah.
his arms and sort of fly backwards and drag him up to the edge.
So what's my health like?
Of course.
Yeah, it's you would take a bit of damage here. It wouldn't be a whole lot of damage. It's just that you fucked up your leg. That's the main thing. In fact, it would be
3d6.
ballpark. It would be less than that.
Every 10 feet, isn't it? Or something?
It's maybe 10 feet, and it's not like super tall.
Isn't where most
9.
fatalities happen though?
No.
9 bludgeoning damage.
In like
Probably.
a couple of inches of water.
As you
Nothing
sort of
short
drag him
falls.
up to the edge of the
Oh,
shore, like you can see his legs bad. He's got a big break in the femur for one thing. Like it looks like a clean snap. On top of that, there's a couple of bad sort of crush breaks around his ankle and his shin. Looks like maybe one of the lower leg bones might have sheared. And you can see a bit of the broken shin bone is piercing the skin. It's bad. It's a really bad injury. And the worst part is you are about an hour's walk from town.
And I was
And
I think you'll
this wound, like this injury, it's a badly broken bone. It is going to need to be set.
How effective is healing magic? We have to set it and then heal it.
You would need to set then heal. If you just heal it as is, what's going to happen is the bones and
bad,
skin are going to knit together in place, and he's going to be left with a horribly deformed and quite useless leg.
Do you know how to deal with that?
Yeah, at this point, Oakley, who has just disappeared for this whole thing, just comes jogging back out of the woods. Hey, what did I miss? Whoa.
Yeah, as he's like up on the shore,
Yeah.
still like passed out, which is probably a good thing at this point.
Okay. Well, is anyone okay?
Do you know how?
I can try and
Oh, sure,
set it
yeah,
as
no, I
well.
can.
clue.
If you-
Have you done this before?
No. Not for
How
people
are you
jumping off
with
of waterfalls.
how are you with medicine? Are you? do you
I'm
have-
like a +3.
Are you
a bit
proficient?
more?
No, I'm not.
I'm
Okay.
half proficient.
Then you wouldn't be able to assist here.
Okay.
You
Yeah, this is
can
well
just
up.
do it.
Okay. I've
Hey,
done a few
Poor
breaks.
guy, how good are you at medicine?
He's unconscious.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bud.
Say
Hey.
nothing if good.
you flip him off in front of his face.
I just slap him right across the face.
We wanted to do
No,
that
I'm
for a
kidding.
while.
No.
Okay. Well, I can. I just hold him still. That is going
Make
to
a medicine
be
check.
24.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, as you just like hold him still, and then like there's no two ways about it. This is brutal. You sort of like step down into the water so that you can actually get near enough to his leg. You see him sort of put his hands near the break, and then moves his hand up towards where the part of the shin bone is jutting out of the skin. If you're squeamish, I'm sorry about this, and just kind of like pushes it back down, sort of pushes, and then with his other hand grabs that part of the leg and like pulls. And like a bit of skin tears as he just like realigns the bone. You come down to the ankle, you just feel it around a bit. I need you to make a... I would say this would be Constitution again. This is like, is this painful enough to make you conscious, break through your days?
It's a 9.
No, this wakes you up.
Okay,
like
as
I mean, and then like the hands on the like crush break around the ankle.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I've been watching for him to wake up as I set the bones, and I've been holding a second level sleep to cast.
Yeah, go ahead and cast that now.
Actually, I probably would have told everyone to stand back before I do this
Sure.
because otherwise it's going to put other
How
people
many?
to sleep.
What is your current hit point total? Because you've lost 9.
27.
so you
Okay,
get about 27, yeah.
That's
what
quite
do
a few.
Yeah, it's an extra
2d8
on
and it's
top
already
of
5d8, so it's 7d8.
Jesus
Yeah, 7d8.
Christ.
Oh, shit.
78. You got to get a 27.
Another D8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 13, 20, 27.
Damn, beautiful.
Just like he just like comes back to, and you just like as you just
like,
back down. This gives you a little bit of time to work with. Eventually, you're going to cause him some pain, and he'll wake back up. But you've got at least a good bit of time here. So again, like hands on this crush break on his ankle. Feet and ankles suck, man. There's a lot of little delicate bones. You're just trying to feel it out. It's already swelling really badly. By the time your hands are getting to it, like it's like up to like the size of a small melon. It's hard to really feel the bones through there. But you sort of test the range of motion on the foot. Range of motion seems okay. It's a little bit stiff. You just kind of make a medicine check.
Just make a medicine check.
14.
Okay. It's hard to get a feel for what the break is like and what could be done here. You just kind of intuit it. You make an executive decision and just like, as you sort of pull on the ankle bit, just to, if anything is like too impacted, this will at least separate it out so that it can maybe knit together better. Last up is the femur break. This one's honestly not as bad. You just kind of need to like align it a little bit. I will get you to make a medicine check, though.
Sure. Yeah.
Just because there is a risk of waking him up here.
Ooh, that's not good. That's 8.
Yeah, risk realized, huh? As you just like line this up, as you sort of come out of the sleep, you sort of start to stir. You're still like latently in shock, and you kind of look down, and you can see him like moving your leg back in line. Just as it's starting to get really painful, I'm assuming you're putting some kind of healing magic into him.
Oh, yeah.
At this point,
no,
yeah.
I'll just.
I can as well, if you want
Okay,
to say
yeah,
spell
well,
slots.
I'll do this first level.
Yeah, between the two of you.
Oh, max. So that's 13 points of healing for you.
13, as it sort of knits together, and like the pain, it's there in your mind, and then normally when you feel a pain, your body kind of locks onto it, your mind zeroes in. As it does that, it finds that it's just gone already, and there's this weird kind of tingling, like, ooh, your ankle, you sort of move it a bit, it feels stiff, but not sore, just stiff.
Oh,
How are you doing there, bud?
thanks, guys. That was fun.
So what exactly happened? I was just setting a hunting trap. See if I catch anything, but it looks like you've been having fun.
Yeah, I saw
I
a
jumped off
bear.
the waterfall.
Oh yeah, okay, I was gonna laugh, but
You're in a raspberry recap.
no, I was gonna lie and say a bear pushed him off the waterfall, but no, he jumped.
Yeah.
No,
We're willingly and stupidly, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
I tried to catch him, but it didn't work.
Well,
Turns out I can't fly.
it's a good
How
thing
we
I was
learn,
here.
I guess.
Not all of us can fly.
So, who can carry Torgal? I'm
Not me.
definitely the biggest.
It
out
will
of all of us
probably
except for
it will
Torgal.
probably take your weight, but you should minimize how much you're walking on it.
Yeah, let's put together a litter. He looks strong enough to carry his legs at least.
Probably just like a walking stick or something I can lean on and do.
Just find a hearty branch.
Mm.
Between the
I'm-
lot of
I
you,
gotta
would be able
splint
strap
it
on
up.
the
and-
top of it.
We'll just-
yeah,
yeah, between the
Take
lot of
shifts
you
to
would
help
be
him
able
out.
to get him back to town. Yeah, you
without
sort of
making it worse.
sheepishly return to the house in like the mid-afternoon. Having headed out in the morning.
When we're heading back, what's the story for Rosberg? I mean, not Rosberg, for Jeremiah.
He slept in.
Yeah, but what do we tell him happened to Torgal? This is an opportunity here, right?
A bear pushed him off the waterfall, but the
Yeah.
bear was
Bear.
wearing metal.
A metal wearing bear.
Yeah,
I'm metal wearing werebear.
exactly.
Bear with
And
bear
because we were all swimming, we weren't wearing anything, so no one had any metal on them except for
Exactly.
the bear.
Yeah.
And if someone had been there,
They could
Have
they
a
could have
metal
pulled the
ability.
bear away, or pulled the bear off of the waterfall.
Yeah.
no, that's just gonna make him feel.
Guilty as
Terrible.
hell.
Well, no, he's.
That's kind of
he's
the point,
gonna-
isn't it?
Yeah, but he's gonna be like, "Oh, you should have taken me with you, idiots." It's gonna be our fault.
Yeah, we don't come out
Yeah.
best
Well,
in
I
that
mean,
situation.
well, I mean, the thing
he's
is, we
lesson learned. He's hurt. Lesson learned.
Maybe
Oh,
we just
never
tell
you
him.
say that he slept in. We
Never
tried to
again.
wake him, and he just didn't wake up.
Maybe we just tell him we had so much fun that Torgal broke his leg.
I mean, that's
No,
practically
that's
true.
That
Horrible.
is
To be fair.
basically
We were
true.
dancing so hard.
Dancing at the waterfall.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we lead with the bear thing, and then just go back on. We had a lot of fun, and Torgal jumped off a waterfall.
Or you go full mindfuck and you just don't mention it, and whenever he brings it up, just like he's always had that.
Yeah.
He's been limping for days.
Yeah, let's gaslight the shit out of him.
If you really wanted to.
You arrive at the hellish rebuke, where Jeremiah is still kind of set up. Well, actually, probably you arrive at the house. You don't find Jeremiah. One of you eventually finds him at the hellish rebuke, where he's sort of just kind of sat at a table, reading the adventures of Chucklefuck Bin Chicken or whatever it was.
Chucklefuck
Yeah.
bin chicken. This is his name.
Just still just enjoying himself, reading, not wanking. I mean,
Yeah. Both.
both. One hand
Mm-hmm.
on paper, the other hand sticking it together.
Um,
Your teeth are so white and big. It's really, it's in a good way.
Wow.
Just,
Good way.
it's just like I know it feels
It's a
good,
compliment.
right?
It's a
Because I'm getting you laughing. I like no matter where I'm looking, out the corner. Of yeah, I know that I'm getting a positive reaction. It's actually that's why I say it in a good way. It's like, did you know that deaf crowds don't applaud because clapping means nothing to the deaf? They do this because it makes more like visual noise, which I think is really nice. That's what your teeth are to me.
Jazz hands.
Jazz
Thumbs
hands.
up.
A deaf
A
person.
mouth full of jazz.
Is there a jazz hands bisexual, or is that just anyway?
No, there are now.
So
Presumably out there somewhere.
somewhere out there is a jazz hands bisexual.
Oh no, we can do it.
Oh, you're trying. Oh, I thought you were trying to do.
No, I'm gonna do something like that.
Volume Dynamite and the Happy Hands Club.
Yeah.
Good God.
God, I haven't thought about that in years.
Which is
Anyway.
a bloody name.
You find Jeremiah reading a book, The Hellish Rebuke, sharing a table with Miriam Miswell, who is reading about 4 books and periodically scribbling things down. Who finds them?
Probably not
Okay,
Torgal.
Rosberg it is.
I'll
He
stay with
raises his hand
Torgal.
faster.
We probably wouldn't notice because it was. I think it was the 3 of us who were there before in the house, so we
Sure.
probably would have gone looking for him.
Okay, so the 3 of you go looking for him in the Hellish Rebuke.
She's
Well, it's not
out.
the 3 of you, it's the 2.
Two,
You
yeah.
both live there with him. So yeah, that's where you find him.
Morning, afternoon, whatever time it actually is.
You almost hit all of them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How's it?
He's pissed.
Hey, how you going? How's
It was great.
it? Right.
How was your excursion, your buggery at the waterfall?
At this point, Miriam sort of sighs and puts her quill back and.
Apologies, didn't mean to interrupt.
But I
Anything-
think you did actually. Well, certainly.
Oh
you
yeah,
have
actually
done.
technically I did.
It's a tavern.
Anything exciting happened that I should be aware of?
Anything exciting?
Well, not really.
No. Torgal went for a swim. I think I found a rock that was kind of blue. That was cool. No, I think it was pretty.
Did I catch anything in my trap that I recovered?
Oh, yeah.
So if
Okay.
you did recover the trap, make an nature check.
Nature or survive? I could
you
do
read
both.
out.
I
Maybe
could
it's
do
a
Um,
glug glug chick.
I would say nature
Well,
here
animal
because
handling.
this was only up for a limited amount of time. So this is like, did you just happen to get it near something?
8.
No,
Yeah.
empty trap.
You caught Torgal's lead.
Ah, damn you, Torgal.
You didn't catch
Go
anything
home
with your
early.
trap. You put on your maid outfit and went to the anime convention, but you caught nothing with your trap.
Damn it. Damn it.
Practically a non-day.
Yeah.
Really appreciated that. I went on a run for that joke, so I'm glad someone was there.
And you
Because
said
I didn't
you
see
bombed
him
his
going.
game.
Solid giggle.
I don't see it. I don't
Content.
That was good.
So carry on with your conversation. That's what we're here to do.
What have you been up to?
Pretty much just reading. Yeah.
We were actually gonna wake you, but you were out. Like were you having a bad sleep or something? You're not still funny. Do you need to see about his bite or anything still?
Oh, you're talking to Miriam. I got
Yeah.
really confused. Sort of,
No.
he should be fine.
No.
Okay.
I just decided to have a nice sleep in. That's sort of it. But,
And then he decided
Inside
to come and join me reading,
yes.
which is what we were doing up until
Yes.
shortly ago.
It was very sensual. I mean, it was a good, nice, quiet time.
I mean, we
I
can
give you
leave
both
you
the
to
It was-
alone.
Certainly quiet.
That's what I said. Yeah.
I'll just leave you.
Is it an echo in the room now?
Sure too.
Yeah, we might we'll be back at the house.
Okay,
guys.
that's cool.
In the middle of whatever this was.
Good luck.
But glad to see nothing untoward happened, and I'll see you.
I'm glad
see
you
you
had
later.
decent sleep.
Thank you.
Oh, anywhere you would like to search tomorrow?
Not the waterfall.
I think that's agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Done.
Never the waterfall.
I say you pick tomorrow.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll get prepared then.
Awesome.
Well, I'm glad you boys have sorted that out then. She sort of stands and starts like closing up the books and
Oh, sorry, we
stuffing
won't
them
interrupt.
into a
We'll leave
bag.
you
No, you
to
can
it.
carry
No,
on.
sorry.
It's fine.
Actually, we'll pay for your drinks and I'll wave over to
No
the
need, I've already
bartender.
paid for myself, thank you. I'm going to take these to the study in the manor. Good day.
Fair enough.
Again, she has
Yeah.
a study, but she chose to study in the tent.
It's like when
I'm
you're
just
a
gonna
writer,
slowly
so
drag
you go to
Yeah,
Starbucks
yeah.
with
away
your
from-
MacBook.
And then you
So
complain
everyone
that there's
knows
too many
you're right.
people loudly making coffees.
Like,
Do you mind?
would you guys keep that milk steamer down a little?
Can you just temp quietly, please?
Yeah.
This is the fucking news.
Though in all
I'm
fairness, some
fucking-
baristas temp like fucking animals.
Yeah, true.
They're just like, doop, 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 like settle the fuck down. You just need to give it like a whoop, whoop, whoop. It's not that hard. You don't need to like. You don't
Clearly
need to
you're not a
commit a hate crime against the coffee, right? Like,
Clearly.
Put my whole being into this tapping.
You do if you're like a master. But you've gotta
if
have
you're
a
like
beast
if you're
of a
like
machine.
an ex-cop barista and you just see the brown coffee grains and
Yeah.
and you're just like, "Ugh,
I just tell
look
them
out, he's got a gun!
Like,
Like,
stop resisting arrest.
yeah, exactly. Stop resisting ristretto. That's a really funny barista joke for those baristas among you. Like,
For those who
All
didn't
the ones
know.
tuned in. Yeah.
those who needed to be filled
And
in
if
on
you
the
don't
technical
know,
details
now
of that
you
bit of
know.
comedy. Anyway,
Okay.
she returns to the manor.
All right.
As she's on her way out, she returns and and I should mention, while I'm here, I wasn't expecting that this would be an opportunity, but I will be establishing premises for the sale of arcane supplies, shall we say, inks, parchments. I have a few scrolls as well that I could part with. I see that apparently there may be an opportunity. One wouldn't normally expect to sell these sorts of things in a town of this size. But this doesn't appear to be just any town. You can expect to see that maybe within a day or two.
Well, I'll more than likely be your first customer.
I imagine you'll be my only customer.
I'll,
Good evening. As she
Good evening.
leaves. If there's nothing else particularly pressing, we'll go ahead to the next day.
mm-hmm.
You
How
are
do react
woken
to seeing Torgal?
in the morning. The three of you are woken by a loud knocking at your front door. Who answers?
I'll answer.
Should have opened the door. It's the Lord. As in Garrow, not God.
Welcome in.
So he sort of looks and he goes, "Yes, good.
Good morning.
No, it's not. I've been told you've taken up residence in these houses. Houses that are listed as having their deeds for sale. Have you
Yeah.
purchased them?
We have not, but
I found your letter. I did not find it amusing. I assume it was intended to be a joke, for if it wasn't, it would be incredibly untoward. Especially to your employer.
well, noted. Apologies. No offence meant, your lordship. We were just thinking.
Are you taking the piss right now?
No, not at all.
I would like you moved out of these houses. They are for sale. Indeed, one of them has sold as of yesterday evening.
Ah, yes, I think I do know about that.
No, you don't. I've just told you now. Enough with your words and tricks.
My
The
apologies.
lot of you
your
will
lordship.
move back into the Hellish Rebuke as was negotiated. By myself, on your behalf, with its proprietor.
Understood, your lord. We will proceed immediately.
Yes, you will. Thank you. Good day.
I'll get the rest of the guys and say, we're gonna have to skedaddle. His lordship was
I am
not
totally
very
standing
happy.
there like listening.
Tur-
just like,
turns
I
out
was
we
at-
committed a crime.
Was
I'm not coming out.
not very happy about us making ourselves welcome here. So
Even with the crane letter that we sent him.
particularly with the crane letter, I think that was mentioned specifically.
Right.
So
Okay.
I think there's at least one of these houses that's been bought. So I think he's trying to get people in to purchase them. So
makes sense.
it does make sense.
Maybe we should have just tried to buy one.
Well then it's
Yeah, exactly.
there's a lot.
Yeah, you didn't ask that, did
There's a
you?
lot to analyse here, but well, we're not planning on staying here, so it'd be a bit difficult to reap the benefits of it. I think.
Property investment's pretty high up right now. To
Do
be
you
fair,
do you
like
know what
this.
the word mortgage means?
Mm.
Literally Latin for debt until death.
Yes.
A house is still expensive, especially if you are buying a deed from a lord. It would be at a price that one could assume they would pay off by the time they die. If you purchase a house, you purchase it for your children to potentially live in without that debt.
I was thinking as well, also with like towns and stuff like this, like a lot of it would be not just there, but also like we actually want certain people here doing certain things as well. So it's
Exactly.
not like I'm going to give you the deed if you have the
And
money anyway. So.
you, like,
Yeah.
as far as he's concerned, if you are in that building instead of business owning residents, then that is tax revenue that he is not taking as well. So the price would be higher. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying the price would be
Substantial.
it would be prohibitively high at this point in the game. And
like to-
also, if you took on a loan, we'd end the campaign. We'd roll up new characters while these ones settle into their domestic lives.
Live and enjoy them.
So that you can
Well, they're
have
probably
some,
later.
some debt-free characters going out to the world on their OE, you know?
I like to think that the zoo has no concept of this whatsoever, and it's just the buildings.
Probably. You're like, you
And
can
that's-
buy stuff. Houses. Can you buy those? I bet you
Like, what are
can.
they? 10, 20 gold?
Yeah, what's that?
We've got a bit-
It's a
we've got
banana.
bit on
How
that.
much
Well,
can
we
it
know
cost?
it's enough that Dan Lowe could afford it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, what? A block of cheese is like $4?
$5 I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Worth an idea.
Price
I'll-
of milk. The
Yeah,
price of milk. You have it for a bottle of milk.
yeah. It's a good thing cheese is $5 though. So I'll also go around and knock on the other house as well too, and
In all fairness, the people that are buying a kilogram of cheese every single grocery shop, I feel like that's actually kind of on them. Like if you're
problems
eating
there.
that much cheese each week,
yeah, that's $5
then
well invested.
like the fucking $5, like pay up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a mozzarella hot dog
Yeah.
on Friday night.
From Mighty.
Is that
And
the
it
end of the
was
story?
Yeah, from Mighty. No,
yeah.
with like, so it was mozzarella and a hot dog with like potato chunks around the outside,
Yeah,
and then
that's the
rolled
best
in
one.
sugar with
And sugar.
mustard, tomato, and mayo, fucking streaked
Damn,
on
son.
it. It was
Is that
delicious.
Dutch? It sounds Dutch.
I think it's Korean.
No, it's
Ah.
Korean.
No, the
Korean
Dutch
hot dogs.
would never have that many flavors in something.
No,
I
yeah.
can say it.
Korean hot dog. It was awesome.
It's just deep fried and sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
hella
go.
good.
Alright,
The-
what's
the-
It's
this
not a
hungry?
pickle dipped in Heineken.
Yeah.
Pickle was
Racist.
good.
No,
really.
no,
Yeah.
I would say close to the quintessential Dutch. Like you remember that scene in fucking Goldmember where the guy's like, "Could I interest you in a schmuck and a pancake?
Yeah.
No, flapjack and a cigarette? No,
Yeah.
waffle and a bun? No." Like that's kind of what it's like. First, I was in the Netherlands again a couple of years ago. It was some of my family's there. I was there for a cousin's wedding. As in, my cousin was getting married, not two cousins were marrying each other. That would be weird.
you sure?
And incestuous. And I think technically not illegal.
cousins,
but
though?
anyway. So we just like stop in some random little town while we're on the drive, and there are 4 other tables. Each table has two people at it. One of whom is a man. Not the same guy. Each of the 4
No,
tables
yeah.
has
As the same
a
man.
man
Yeah.
wearing a blazer and a scarf. It was summer. A blazer and a scarf with a slice of apple cake and a lit cigar. And it's weird to see 4 of that at the same time.
So basically
at the same
Jeremiah
establishment. And I'm
Tallworth
like, is this a thing?
Sitting
That I just didn't notice when I was here when I was younger. Is
4
this a
Jeremiah
thing in the
Tallworths?
Netherlands where you just go to a cafe at like 2 p.m. on a Monday
Yeah.
and you light a cigar and have a piece of apple cake? And I'm like, your blazer is going to reek of cigar smoke, sir. This is not worth it. You can't wash that easily. So not only are you paying for a cigar, you're paying for a dry cleaning bill.
But it's fair though. That's bad.
It seemed like a-
that's,
what a
that's a
combination.
Jeremiah Tallworth experience.
It did
right
seem
there.
like a
Yeah.
pretty good
What are we
time,
doing?
though, to the point where I decided to do it
So
later
it's
in our
like-
time there, and I was sitting there with my
You know where
cigar
I
and my
can-
apple
you know where I
cake,
can
and I'm
get me
like,
a
this is
blazer?
actually pretty nice.
Where do we have blazers around here? Where's the local store?
Huh, 420.
420 blazer.
So we've just been evicted.
Yeah. Yeah,
In
you
all
just got served.
seriousness,
No, you guys thought you were playing D&D to
were
escape from your day-to-day
squatting.
life, but no,
We were
you did. Your
squatting.
landlord did
Yeah,
just serve
yeah.
you notice.
yeah. You can't.
Did
own
we
the
get our
property.
bond back? by
Back
any
in the
chance,
inn.
or-
Brought to you by Cam.
By cat.
I mean, if he wants to pay for us to stay in the inn, that's fine. Just seemed like staying in an empty house. I don't really know how it works around here. How
I
much
mean,
money is a house? We just got a lot of money.
I know, right?
We probably should have actually just gone and talked to him for this one. This
Well,
one
he didn't want
is-
to. He didn't want to hang out with us. He's a
Well,
busy man.
I think
be
we know
fair-
where his important updates are now. It's
Yeah.
one, if you're stealing property, it's probably worth talking to him. But not if we're just walking
Yeah, I
around
mean,
the
to
town.
be fair, it wasn't even him that said he was really busy. It was just Miriam.
No, it's always him. It's either like I just don't know how he prioritizes because you have werewolves are attacking the city, but I'm very busy. Can you leave? You're staying in an empty house. I'm gonna personally come and visit you. You
He's all
where are
over
his
the-
priorities? Also, I haven't slept in 4 days. What is he doing?
Maybe that's what's keeping him up at night.
Yeah.
Werewolf, werewolf, werewolf.
He's just.
House squatting.
He's just. He must be just mainlining. What is he doing? What is he doing in his house?
His nervous system must be a fucking wreck. His back must just be myriad
I
of
can't take a
knots.
deep enough breath for this to work.
I can only imagine if Danlo hadn't arrived with our sleeping potions, he would have combusted by now or
He'd
something.
be dead.
His heart rate must
He
be
would
like
be dead.
190, sleeping.
And at rest, 220.
I don't know if we can help this man. We're only level 4. I don't think we can help him.
No wonder he's quite skinny. Probably pumps enough blood to
He needs more
shit his
power.
own body weight 2 times over his day.
He needs to hire more powerful adventurers.
This is how I go out. Ow. Oh, my chest.
I'm gonna retire.
I think let's make a note to give him a thorough examination at some stage. But for now, let's not give him a heart attack and move our stuff
What about
back.
the rest of it?
No, we can only focus on one thing at a time. So we'll focus on the heart for now. Yeah. But let's go back to the Hellish Rebuke then.
Okay.
We'll try again next week.
Yeah, we'll just try a different house next time.
It's a good thing we're in. It's a good thing we're in for the long haul.
Yeah.
No other adventurers have come along. He's stuck with us basically.
So.
Anyway.
Sheepishly back to the hellish rebuke.
Anyway, what did you decide we're doing today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
It was
Where's
up
your car,
to, were we supposed to be doing another round of 4 checks? Besides to explore more of the area. Not leave town though.
Not leave town, yeah. Not leave the town's perimeter.
No.
Yeah.
Do we know what else
Um,
there is to
Can
explore?
I can I look at the map by any chance? Have we got any
In my head.
Yeah.
in my head? Literally in my head.
yeah,
I've got
yeah,
a map planned out.
Discord.
Can we have access to the Discord map by any chance?
We're getting there. We
Oh,
produced.
hello. Hello. There it is.
It all the webcam utility.
Yeah, it's the one.
Click on it.
Clickety, clickety, clackety. There you go.
Look at that. Okay, so,
See,
so
there's that waterfall
where
I
was the
jumped
waterfall? Was that north?
Yeah, that's the north.
Yeah, that's where Torgal. Nothing happened to him. Nothing
Yep.
happened to Torgal at all.
And where did we go to the? Where was the cave that we're at? Southeast.
Bottom. Right, yep,
That
bingo.
one, yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
look at you go.
Okay, can we
See, he does
maybe
skateboard.
let's take a look
Snowboard.
at our
There you
west. At our west.
My face hurts. I actually can't smile without my cheeks cramping.
Can we check? Let's make our way out west. Then.
Out west was where the bandit camp was.
No, that's east.
Oh,
West
I
is a
lied.
cliff.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's,
no, it's
Though
the
you
west.
can explore through there. Like that's like the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
burned out half of the town. You could like explore through that area for sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
Can I get a general survival and general perception checks from all of you? This is just like how well you actually explore and cover the area, and do you find anything? So I'll get survival first.
Is this a new day again?
Yes.
Damn it! Look at all
Wasting
those
these
abilities.
I know, son.
Boom, baby.
Terrible. Right.
Damn, son.
15 survival.
28 with a natural 20.
Jeremiah.
20 survival.
Zoom.
8 for survival.
Mutter.
Or 21 survival.
10.
That's fine.
So you like keep on top of where you've been, and every so often you do have the odd like one of them's like, all right, I'm going to take a look down here, and you're like, we've already gone down that way. Let's go here. And perception.
11.
Basically, you keep everyone on track, and you're able to like cover a good amount.
For perception?
Yeah.
24.
Ooh. 11.
23.
18.
16.
19.
Very deceptive.
Spicy.
Eyes are open today.
Speaking of open eyes,
Oh.
you both see it as you're just sort of moving through the area. hung from the rafters of one of the burned out buildings. From a distance, it looks like maybe just an insect nest or something, but as you come closer, it swivels and opens, and an eye is staring at you.
Can I scroll this one?
Is there a mouth
You see
above
something?
there? A mouth
What is
nearby?
Is there a mouth
Summon a
nearby?
Yeah.
Do you
Is it
guys,
face? I've never seen one of these before.
Do you guys not see that eye up there?
Oh, damn.
Do we
Make
see it?
make another perception check now that it's being actively pointed out to you.
When he says that eye up there, I would like to immediately start investigating the surrounds for runes.
Was 16
Okay,
not
go ahead.
enough to see it before?
No.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
I am doing enhance ability on
Natural
myself
one.
this time.
Natural
Nice.
one.
Selfish, but nice.
how it goes.
Zoo.
Perception and wisdom here.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
So I'm doing enhance ability for 19. Oh, 19. Damn it!
Yeah.
Perception 24.
On investigation. 24, dirty 20. With it being pointed out, you both see it. Jeremiah isn't looking at it. He's got his attentions elsewhere. Elsewhere, rather. Marta, like, is being pointed directly to you. And, like, you can even sort of, you're like, it's just rafters. Like, you just don't get it. And you can kind of maybe see the insect nest thing. Like, it's a bit indistinct because there's sort of weird bits of charcoal burnt out wood around it, and it's sort of like, it's just nothing. Yeah, Torgal and Zoo, you both get eyes on it, and this thing is like looking at you as it's sort of flicking between the lot of you. Jeremiah, make an Arcana check.
Can I do so as well?
In a second, I'm just resolving something from him first. Surely.
18.
You don't find any runes. At least not while you're looking. And then something does occur to you. There are a number of magical effects. Some of the circle spells that you know of, for example, where runes are only present in the instance of casting. At the very least, you can't logically rule out any kind of runic magic. And a detect magic would inform you whether runology as a school is involved. To it occurs to you that at the previous incident of the tree, no runology. Divination, necromancy, nothing else. That isn't to say that there's none here, just that there wasn't there.
Okay. Like to see if I can use detect magic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Given that you're not quite able to... actually, you haven't done a follow-up perception check yet to try and zero in on the eye, have you? So you do that now, and then we'll resolve detect magic.
Oh, 16.
Not enough, I'm afraid.
Oh, 15. Yeah.
Still not
Anyway.
enough, funnily enough.
Yeah.
You can't get a mental lock. Like, you are like looking directly where everyone else is, and you just not. You see nothing. It doesn't, and you know that there is almost definitely something there. Like, you've witnessed this exact kind of thing before, but your eyes and brain just do not perceive it. So detect magic is going to be a bit indistinct. It's going to be hard to really get a feel for, like, zeroing in on this particular object, but you can still cast it.
Okay.
For the rest of you, while I'm at this, is the eye sort of looking between all of you.
Could I actually
Doing
cast detect magic?
exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can both hit it with a detect magic. Yeah. You both get divination again. No necromancy this time, just divination.
Okay.
What do you see?
Another one of those eyes. And the same type of magic again. Something's watching this town.
Can I roll an Arcana just to see if Rosberg would know any more, considering he's a wee bit more intelligent than I am?
Go ahead.
23.
I need to check something.
Ooh. That is something.
Just Facebook.
Well played, Rosberg.
Nothing else.
I'm going to level with you. My hunch is no. But there's a maybe, so I'm just going to properly check that.
Rosberg discovers the
Okay,
don't leave town.
you. Because your knowledge of magic is different, and a lot of your magic is applied in your artifice. It's not as sort of traditionally scholarly. You often don't even think about things in terms of school of magic. You're aware of them conceptually, and you know what differentiates one from another, but you don't think about it in terms of like, I learn divination spells, I learn evocation spells. You think about it in terms of, I require this outcome, therefore I learn about this spell. You approach magic quite differently. And an amount of that is even tied further back to runic dwarvish for you, insofar as it's a lot of application of function. It's a lot of working with fundamental properties and principles, and indeed the magic of artifice. That is your magical foundation. Your conceptualization of magic is construction first, which means you think about divination through the lens of creating something. Your mind, when you sort of put these things together, like some neurons just kind of fire a little bit, and you think of things like crystal balls, scrying portals. There is an artifice of divination. We often think of it as mechanical, but that isn't to say it couldn't be organic.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Say all of that,
I mean-
just in case.
I mean, it occurs to you that as one can grow a tree for a purpose, one can create organic things as one creates mechanical things. You focus on mechanical. Often spellcasters think about magic as being a thing that happens and is gone, or a notion that's present in an area. You think about it through the lens of creation. And when you consider this through the lens of creation, it's not mechanical, but it is natural. A thing could be created. Maybe an eye could be grown with a magical function in mind, much as your mechanical artifice is created with a magical function in mind.
It just occurred to me that that I was probably grown.
Okay.
Can I reach it with my greatsword?
Like,
Why would...
You could, yeah. Like, it's like at your full extension, like, yeah, it's within your reach.
Can I cut it down?
Can I try and perceive?
I mean, it's not going to hurt. We know where
Make
another
a
one
perception check with
probably
disadvantage.
is.
The harder you try, the more it sort of escapes your mind. There's a chance. Not with the 2, unfortunately.
Alright, I'm going to try and cut it down.
As you sort of go up and get the sorted and sort of cut it free, sort of drops down to the ground.
Does he see it now?
You do. You see, it almost looks like an overgrown tadpole that's maybe been burned or something. Just like suddenly, you sort of like, you see him sort of like scrape his sword along what to your eye is just some lumps of charcoal on the burned out rafter, and then this thing drops down, and it's got this kind of, you know, the what would be the eye and the stalk of it, optic nerve. You can now kind of see on the ground. You still don't see it fully as an eye, but you do see the distinct shape. The rest of you see it as just this bit of flesh that's kind of slicked over, and the eye itself is closed now.
can I...
Same thing that was on the tree.
Different. The one in the tree, it was like in in like the whorls and the notches in the tree where old branches had been shed, the eye would appear. It could be the same, but you weren't able to see that eye in its fullness like you could this one.
Can I try and like latching on to the idea of like trying to create organic matter for a purpose that mimics magic? Can I try and check to see if I have any kind of material that might link up with that kind of notion of like
as in, do you mean academic material or do you mean physical material?
like a homunculus sort of like a creation of a thing, organic but
probably
magical.
not.
Yeah.
The closest you would get is in runic dwarvish. There are notions of golem formulae, but that's less.
Sure.
Like as much as it is life, it's still not
It's like a
necessarily
construct.
organic. It's more
Yeah,
like
sure.
animation.
Yeah.
Granted, that could probably be extended to an organic creature, but then it starts to dip into necromancy, and even then all
Sure.
you're doing is providing life to an object.
Sure.
Creating an object for a function is a different thing.
Yeah.
But what you do kind of perceive is those other connections between these concepts, and you sort of realize, if you will, the conceptual blank space of that. You're sort of like, just as I can apply life to a constructed thing to create a constructed animation, and I can do it to an organic thing.
Sure.
In the same sense, if I can create a constructed thing for an arcane function, here is that gap now.
Sure.
That
sure.
idea of creation for an arcane function of an organic thing.
Gotcha.
This all probably makes a lot more sense to you, Oakley, but not in the same in the same kind of academic way. To you, it's just this natural intuitive thing, to the point where it wouldn't even occur to talk about this. Like, yeah, you can magically make a plant grow healthier. Sometimes you can make berries sprout. Sometimes you can apply a medicinal property to a crop as it's ripening for harvest so that it can help stave off disease in the winter. It's sort of like, yeah, that's obviously you can do that. That's just nature magic. That's what that is. You wouldn't think about it in that other sense. And also the way you think about it tends to be more transmutative than it is divination.
Like
or
conjuration
divinatory.
yeah. Can I try and make a connection in terms of because you said it looked burned,
Yeah, once it's been cut down, it does.
so can I try and make a connection or an inference in terms of this thing being here at the same time that the house was burned?
Interesting.
Do I think it
Make an
came here
investigation
after,
check.
or it was there during?
Make a quick
Yeah.
investigation check. That's probably the closest applicable skill.
Sure.
This is, yeah. Attempting to understand these two objects are connected.
15.
Hard to say, but
Sure.
it looks like they're probably separate.
Okay.
Insofar as if the house burned down and this is just a regular organic thing,
Then surely
which
it would have
seems to be
burned.
dead now that it's been like cut. You doubt it would be impervious to fire if it wasn't impervious to a sword.
Sure. I suppose I'm trying to figure out whether it just
Ba-
copied the surface it was on, or whether it was there.
Based
and
on that,
sure.
you would assume it came after the fact.
Sure, okay.
And there probably is some amount of, if you will, camouflage that it
Yeah.
naturally applies to itself. Being as it was so hard to spot and perceive in the first instance, but curiously not illusory, still
Sure.
divinatory.
Gotcha.
Can I actually take a closer look at the eye, see if I can understand anything about its actual biological nature, like if it's grown?
Make an nature check.
Fucking 8.
Hard to say. How much would you know already about physiology?
Zoo's knowledge would probably be very sporadic from random shit that he's just read. So it'd be like real weird, obscure, random
Roll a
facts.
d100.
Surely, here we go.
77, I think that was.
Okay. You did have an encounter once, now that you think about it, with a self-proclaimed surgeon who did have some preserved bits around his workshop. You think, now that you're thinking about it, you might have seen an eye there, preserved in a jar of some kind. Maybe, I mean, you weren't really actively looking at it all. It's kind of gross. And you were there for a completely different purpose anyway. It's not your business. In fact, sometimes the less your eye wanders, the better in these sorts of circumstances. But nonetheless, it's kind of vaguely in your recollection. You're like, actually, I think I might have seen a full eye. And this kind of just looks like a full eye. Like the image in your mind is like this bulb, this round optical organ, and the nerve extending down from it. Kind of looks like that, if you're remembering correctly.
Yeah, I may have seen something like this before. So it's possible, probably, to grow something like this. I'm more worried about the fact that we found 2 in as many days.
It means it's
Around this
definitely not a coincidence.
So
No.
what building are we in right now?
It's just some random burnt out house. And it looks like it would have just been a regular living space. There's nothing else to note that it would have been a particular business or anything like that.
Well, we're hirelings, aren't we? Should we take this to our employer?
We should definitely take this. I think this is a bit
got
more
bigger.
substantial.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to bag up the eye. I just put it in the back.
Sure.
Bag of holding.
Or is it small enough to do that? Or is
Oh
it
yeah. It's not big. It's just
Ah,
tiny.
And Josh, can I get another beer?
As you bring that back to the Lord's Manor,
Yes, you can.
who wants to do the knock thing? Come on. You gotta do the.
Everyone knocks.
Every time I do it, the timbre's weird.
That timbre. You're
I
quite
just
right
do
about the timbre.
Yeah. That is
Um,
something seriously weird with this wood.
It resonates very well.
As door is answered by Miriam. Good. Looks up at the sun. Just gone afternoon.
Hey, man.
Hi.
How are we?
Yeah.
Are we quite alright?
We're concerned.
Well, I think
About
it is.
finding somewhere to live. I did hear about your conversation. This
No, we're not concerned about that.
No, there's something that we actually need to give directly to the Lord. I know he's a very busy man, but I think this is important enough to warrant his attention for a very small amount of time.
He's not in.
Okay. Well,
He saw you this morning before leaving town on business. He'll be back possibly in the evening, if not tomorrow morning.
could you tell me if is it Miriam?
Yeah, Miriam. Is she
Miriam
around,
is in.
maybe?
By any
No, like
chance?
this is Miriam.
This is
who's
Miriam.
answering.
Oh, right.
Ah, Miriam.
So Miriam actually goes,
Yes, you are.
well, I'm
Just
not
give it to
that
her.
round.
Just give it to her.
There was something, the thing that was a very sensitive in nature. We found something to do with it.
Relating,
The old
The tree.
see.
To what we found. Yeah.
bring us inside. Show me
Okay.
what you found. As she brings you through, sort of through the downstairs towards a study area where she's already got a few things out. But what have you found then?
I'd bring out the eye and put it on the table.
While she's distracted, I'm going to start feverishly reading the titles of the books.
He wants to know all the titles, Matt. Come on.
Interestingly enough, volumes of journals.
Oh, okay. That is interesting.
It doesn't denote who they belong to.
Okay.
Yes.
Zoo, maybe a bit of context.
Yeah,
for
we found this in.
None needed. I think I know what this is.
You do?
Yes. I'm reticent to say in case I'm wrong, and I would like to double check my work as any diligent scholar ought to first. If that is all right with you, then I would like the time, but if you need answers now, I do understand.
Well, let's be practical here. Sure, take the time, but let's say you're correct. Is there any danger?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Possibly yes, possibly no.
okay. So what's your guess?
My guess is this is a hag eye.
Here you go.
Would I know what that is?
Right.
Would you know what a hag is to begin with?
Maybe
Maybe not the common word for it, but there's definitely a Furbolg word for this.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Hags must be
I need a linguistics skill
like,
at this point. I'm genuinely
Right
considering
here,
just adding
that's
one.
fine.
I'm genuinely just considering a linguistic skill for some of you guys to
like
be
green hags
proficient
must be
in.
pretty well known.
But
to
in the meantime, intelligence with proficiency.
Oh,
Let's check.
Would I,
This is basically you trying to connect this word
I'm
to
really
the word in
dumb.
the language.
would I know?
It's just white.
Yes, you know of hags. You know in theory what a hag eye is.
Not bad.
With proficiency.
And
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of things kind of come together in your mind with that as it's sort of like,
22.
oh shit, 22?
Yeah.
You'd be able to connect this, you sort of like, oh, what? And you think about it for a moment and you're like, oh, if she means this thing, then like, oh, that's what that is. Ah, okay. As the pennies kind of start to drop for a lot of you. Again, I'm reticent to say anything. If this is a problem, it's a big one. But it might just not be a problem. It's hard to say. Have we seen other presence of an active coven? I don't know. Possibly not. Possibly yes. I've only been here, 4 days myself? Yourselves, not much longer? You've dealt with Lycans, bandits? Do those mean a hag coven? Who knows?
Well, I
How
don't
much
know.
do you know about the past of this place? What happened before with all the burning?
That is what I'm attempting to glean. These
the
are
journals.
the journals of the former Lord Burnwood.
Ah.
They
Right.
become increasingly feverish. And I'm trying to make sense of some of the later volumes. Something did happen, but I don't have enough of a window into what, as of yet. And again, your secrecy is assumed.
Absolutely.
Of course. Doesn't leave this room.
Maybe it would help to be a little more forthcoming with hunches and things. I appreciate you trying to be thorough, but maybe if you think something might be something, then it's better that we proceed that it is.
I appreciate your candor, but I do come from an environment where this is not possible.
So
For a magnitude of reasons. The academic world is at times more vicious and cutthroat than even the one you find yourselves in. I'm sure you know what it is I speak of.
You need to be sure and verify before you can say anything.
And even then, if you discover something genuinely new,
Needs to
everyone is desperate to make the discovery of a lifetime in their lifetime, and they will gladly end yours if it means they can take credit.
if it is what you think it is, what happens if we destroy it?
As far as I can tell, this one is already dead. It has been destroyed. And probably for the best, otherwise we would have carried an ocular device directly into the nervous center of the
When I
town.
cut it, did we hear any screams anywhere?
Does this mean that we should probably go back and find that tree?
I don't know. If we cut this one down, let us assume it belongs to a hag, a living one, somewhere near, who is invested. We cut this one down. We are a town making repairs. Perhaps that's all it was. Perhaps it was a mistake. We thought it was cleaning up. Who knows? If we follow that up with finding this tree, destroying it, burning it, what have you, then the creature knows that we know.
Well,
Force escalation.
it's
And provokes the danger that may indeed be present. If there is a danger present, we must proceed with utmost caution.
Well,
You account for almost half of this town's residents. The other half, I guarantee you, could not withstand a hag.
I
They'll
mean,
be
the
trying-
only-
well, if it was watching through the eye, it would see what happened to it.
it also
No,
would
it's
have
not.
seen us talking about destroying the thing both times, and we didn't just stay there for a short time. I mean, you were there. We stayed there for a while.
That's true.
We-
It didn't occur to me that it could lip read.
You're saying
I was
that
gonna
it
say.
couldn't hear us?
It shouldn't be able to. It is purely ocular, but again, lip reading.
Oh, some of it was telepathic. Some of that discussion.
Not enough, though.
Not enough. No, it knows we know about it, and it's made it's if it's creating lycanthropy and other bad things in the area, the town's already trying to withstand it, whether they know it or not.
Well,
To
how
be-
much do we know about hags? I mean, we've got
A little.
Yeah, like collective knowledge.
Did anyone else know anything? Would I know anything about hags? Or,
I would be the closest we'd have to an expert.
well, for what it's worth, now that everything's all up in the open, I'd be more than happy to help dig through some of these journals if it helps.
I would need to speak with and seek permission from the Lord. That would, as far as he is concerned, he has taken on this deed, and it all belongs to him now, including this. His relationship to you is one of employment, not one of professional trust, shall we say. Indeed, a level he seldom operates on. I doubt he would give you permission. I suppose there is no harm in asking, but you are not, as the saying goes, currently in his good books. I suppose don't try and get into more of his books just yet.
What's he gonna do? Fire us?
Well,
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean,
He could.
I think in the meantime, we should get to understand at least what we might be dealing with first, because
Sure.
we don't quite know its intentions yet, but be better safe than sorry. So.
Yes, I can send for the Lord to acquire a few choice terms while he is on business. He may be able to bring some of my possessions back, things I admit I did not consider I would need to bring with me to this place.
Would you have a recommendation of what we're best to do next, given that we have this problem? I'm presuming there might be more eyes.
Don't ever separate yourselves.
Ever?
You may sleep and bathe alone, but always know where one another should be. If that is within a certain building, wonderful. If one of you needs to leave the building for any purpose, at the very least inform the others, and ideally do not go alone, just in case.
Okay.
Well, a good thing none of
Yeah,
us
yeah.
tend to just wander up ourselves.
No.
Yeah. We also tend to go everywhere together, especially day outings.
Even even
Quite a
at
lot.
nights, we would all just
Mm-hmm.
we all go to sleep at night, and we all wake up and go places together in the daytime. And no one's it's fine.
It's quite a close knit group,
Yeah.
actually.
Yep.
No,
I mean,
no,
only a crazy person
Would abandon a member of the party agrees.
a crazy person with a
Yeah.
small manhood.
With the small man.
So no one here.
Except
saying-
that there is a possibility you or I may be scryed upon.
Is there anything
Right.
we can do to prevent that or protect against it?
I mean this kindly. At your level of expertise, no.
Reasonable.
Nor is there much I can do on your behalf.
Well, I hope whatever it is isn't watching us to develop social skills, because
This
No,
does
that might be
look-
better.
yeah.
Actually.
in
I
fact,
mean,
they're probably going to be really bored.
Actually, it'd be great if they did, because they would never get anywhere in life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
we know they're not going to charm their way in.
Yeah,
Well,
Sure.
Also, they'd be unable to leave town. So.
that is a brilliant point. Miriam,
back
by the
that
way, you shouldn't leave town alone.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Good.
Nor do I have a particular inclination to leave here. I'm here on a summons from a good personal friend. I would not betray his friendship like that.
Brilliant.
Quite.
Great. Who is it?
Even I tend to look at you.
One of you can explain.
Yeah,
this to me.
don't worry about that.
Well, excuse me for trying to verify and not make any assumptions.
It's
Scientific
Danlo.
method.
I assume, yeah.
Well, I would like to return to my studiations, if possible.
Of course. I think we've got all we need for now. Stick together, and
Continue having a look around.
yeah, hurry up and wait. Kind of see what Lord Garrow says when he returns.
Sounds like the plan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the waterfall. How's
As
Torgal's
you
leg?
are-
Is Torgal's leg okay?
It's stiff. Like you just kind of like push through it. It's not too big a deal for you, but like it's definitely not as good as it was, and it'll maybe take a couple of days to get back right.
I might just regularly check on it and make sure it's.
You just look at those legs.
I just like take the
At some
splint off and
point,
make sure it
yeah.
hasn't slipped or anything. It's
Torgal's
not-
got
make sure it's not
legs.
grinding.
Chill for an hour and spend
He
50
knows
dollars
how to
sit down
use
to
them.
break sword.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
not using the shit.
So
Oh, we should probably ask if before we leave, you have any restoration abilities? Torgal's leg broke while we were out.
some,
Just
not I
something
think
to.
the ones you are seeking.
Oh, okay.
If you've mended it well, it should heal as normal. I would imagine you are.
Yeah, we were just looking to maybe speed up the fusing of the bone or something. Just anything that you could do to help.
If
But-
you've applied magic to it, that is about as much as you can do.
Okay.
The rest is muscles must do on their own.
Well, there you go, Torgal. You're fine.
Mm.
We're going rock climbing this afternoon.
Rock climb.
Perfect timing.
What about Danlo?
Enjoy
How's it potion?
Thank you.
Potion
Let's leave before we.
Make this worse.
Thank you for your
Well,
time.
what's she gonna
terrible.
do?
Yeah.
Fire us?
Yeah.
And
Gonna
you'll
fire me?
make your way back out. Where are you heading next?
Should we investigate like the cave?
It's
we
the
were
afternoon,
at
right?
And see if we can see if
Yeah,
there's
at this point it's like
somewhere else?
just
We could,
after
yeah.
midday.
Hmm.
Yeah, the cave's not a bad place to start because that's where the lichen. Well, I mean, we're not supposed to be looking into this. So should we immediately go and
Do
look
we-
into it?
Wait, look at what?
Well, we're supposed to be patrolling.
If there's
that
a.
makes sense.
If
We
there's
are
a.
patrolling.
It's just patrolling just to see if like if they go anywhere else, like
Oh yeah.
Do we
we
know?
might get attacked from a different direction.
Do we know if?
Just constantly mouth the words "We're looking for bandits," but don't say anything.
Yeah. Do we know if Downlow was actually from around here? Would she?
She?
Sorry.
Oh, I know
the,
where she is.
from around these parts.
She told me where she's from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would she maybe be a good
Oh.
source to see
No.
if she knows more?
No, she's
While
not
we're
from
wandering
around here.
have we
Oh,
spotted
okay.
anybody?
Her
going
family
on
was a
the
long time ago, but not her.
thinking,
Doesn't seem like the climate for it at this rate. You've been around enough. You need to be further north.
Does Daniel know anything about hags by any chance?
That's a good question.
She might know.
It's fairly common
hags?
folklore. Yeah. If there's one, I only remember one thing. You can just make as many deals as you want. It's fine. They're very forthcoming. You can make deals with them. Really easy to get out of.
I feel like I read differently.
If you're a rogue,
No.
Babies.
you can make another deal as a
they-
bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Exactly.
can't you do as a bonus?
Or if you've got the
action as a
mobile
rogue?
feet as
That's,
well.
yeah.
Impregnate.
Yeah.
No, nah. Hags are just crazy.
Yeah, don't talk to a hag. Don't give it
Evil,
anything.
dirty,
Don't take anything. from it.
disgusting,
Definitely don't
crazy.
give it a scraping of your horns.
Don't
for
accept
sure.
any gifts. I mean, this
Then-
is assuming you come. If you meet like a young woman who's beautiful or something like that, don't let her give anything to you. Like she might say, "Here, have some food." Don't take it. Don't give her anything.
Mm.
You don't want any debt either.
Just
way.
in general.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty
Okay.
much all I know. Just don't make deals with beautiful women you find in the forests.
Okay.
What if they're offering you a sword out of a puddle?
Well, see, that would constitute maybe a gift of some
Or they gave you back like a better version of an axe that you threw in.
Oh, sure. I mean, that's fine.
Okay.
That's actually the one exception.
Yeah. You take the
Only
better
with
version.
axes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Similarly, if she gives you any like narcotics,
Mhm.
may seem like she's just down for
So
having
you
a
know
great
about
time.
hags, eh?
She's not.
It's a hag.
Meanwhile,
she's
in the interest of
Tell me about
advancing the
all of
plot,
Let's do something.
So, what do you know about them?
Danlo?
Just
I don't know
that
this guy.
Wait, hang
they're
on.
horrible.
We probably shouldn't be
Try and
discussing
go,
this with anybody.
Yeah,
we
no.
just
Well-
said we wouldn't do that.
Well,
yeah. Not Daniel.
well, we should not be saying that we think there's a hag, but maybe we can just ask her from
Aye.
a scholarly point of view what she knows about hags.
I think that's a pretty slippery slope to
I'm a
If
terrible
I-
liar.
accidentally
Yeah, I
illegally
mean-
squatting.
If I had an
No.
your track
adventuring group
record,
turn up-
like, for no particular reason. What do you know about hags? I can see already how this
They're
conversation's
nice.
gonna go.
What do you know?
I'm not gonna
Tell me
stop you, is what I'll
Hon-
say.
Look,
honestly,
okay.
Garrow hates us enough as it is. I
Yeah.
think that's a bad decision.
Basically, they're super strong generally, and act quite fast, even though they look like old ladies. But they do use a lot of illusion to kind of hide themselves.
How pissed do they get when you destroy their property?
They're quite psychotic.
On the level of,
Good.
of 1 to Lord Garrow. Where does she sit?
How busy is she?
The best in the scale.
Well, if Lord Garrow is not psychotic, then they would be a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a terrible scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go on a bit of a perimeter search then, and
I think we keep it between us,
Yeah.
us group,
Yep.
and we try and see if there are more eyes at most.
probably
We don't have to do anything with them.
just
We can just note their locations.
yeah.
Good idea.
And then that way we know if there's a proper threat here or not.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should we come over to the town then?
And hopefully it's only one of them, and not a coven,
Do you know
because that changes things.
how much about
dramatically
hags?
too.
Do you know where they usually live? What kind of environment they stay in? Just
Do
generic
you know
forest.
where they live?
Birmingham.
Yeah, they can
Depends
live
on-
all sorts of places.
Depends what kind of like.
There's
They'll
like
go
city
pretty much
hags and
anywhere,
night
really.
hags.
Sure,
There's lots of different types of hags. So they could be in the forest. There could be one in a
Shrink
basement
on
somewhere in
those,
town. You know,
Hey,
in a cave,
Bella
in a
Mo.
I
tree.
presume they avoid
Underground.
civilization, no?
Mm.
Or stay to the outskirts at least.
Yeah, quite often they'll be in the bush somewhere.
If they're in forest, can't you converse with
Well,
animals?
actually, that's what I was thinking. Let's just go for just a quick walk into the woods. I want to find a bird.
Yeah, you'd be able to find a bird without too much difficulty. Just
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
just like
sparrow,
yeah, something that looks like it lives in the forest rather than just being like a. I mean, there aren't many people here. There's not going to be.
It's
pet-
birds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
like
fly around.
like
They
you
all
get-
look a bit like they live in. Certainly, none of
But
them
I-
look
I
like they have
want
a
one-
condo.
Yeah, but like there are some nesting in the town and some nesting.
Condors do though.
Oh,
They have. That's why they.
That's
call
why
it
they
that.
call it that.
That's why the house is being bought. Birds just came and
Birds,
purchased
yeah.
it.
Mm.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, specifically,
Alders.
I'm looking for a stork. No,
Yeah, but who
With a
knows where it's
spear
going
in
to
it.
fly?
Could be anywhere.
I'm
Could
just
be
trying
from
to find
anywhere.
ones that don't roost in the town, or it's less likely.
Well,
'cause
well,
I mean, if you've
Oh,
gone
so
out
I
a little
know.
bit towards, so in what direction are you heading?
any
Hmm.
doesn't
Do we
matter.
choose a new
Yeah, so like
direction?
you just get like a little bit away from the town,
Yeah.
and
Then
roll a
we do
d4.
like
Oh, nice.
You know,
2.
Cool. Yeah, you'd be able to find, like, you sort of get out of the town a bit and you'd be able to find all kinds of birds without too much difficulty and call a few over, and you just get like half dozen sparrows just kind of pop down near you, and one of them kind of hops forward a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down cross-legged on the ground, and I'm gonna hold out a hand, and I'll say, if there are any places in the forest that you don't go to because they're scary, would you be able to just jump up here?
Sort of whoop, hops up.
Okay. Now, I'm not gonna
Like-
make you take me there. It's okay. Is it like really scary, like a bad place, or is it because there's something there that's really big and scary? If it's a bad place, hop over to this hand. Like a place that doesn't feel good. Okay. Is it a scary thing that makes you afraid there, like a big creature? Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Is he insane?
Any ideas?
This is just me doing
Yeah.
sparrow noises.
Yeah.
Just holding him out.
You're just holding the sparrow.
I'm just gonna like pick him up and
Maybe
put
you
him on
can,
my head.
ask them
As you
what
sort of
direction
pop him
it
there,
is.
he sort of like flies away and sort of lands back down in front of you and sort of.
Can you just ask him where
What
it is?
direction? Yeah.
I just start like crumbling up some dry, like ration tack or something and just throwing it up. Well, I mean, I can ask him to take me there, but we'd have to go.
No, that's fine. Maybe just ask him to fly in the direction that it is. Don't go there. You know what I mean? So we
Yeah,
can get a
would you be
bearing.
able to fly
Or,
in
like,
the
hop
direction,
towards it.
just a little bit, and then you can come back? You're gonna have to
Yeah,
go.
lifts up into the air and just sort of like flies in the direction of the town and then loops back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Fair.
Is there anywhere else? Hop up on my shoulder if there's anything else. Okay. Well, that's
Would
pretty
they
much.
see him as bad anyway?
Well, probably
Make a
not.
nature check.
Yeah.
It is the hag.
Yeah.
The protector.
Where did
Hag
the
is a
dice
sparrow.
The spag.
Oh, my little sparrow friend.
Nature.
To me.
11.
It's a weird way of saying you fuck corn. Country girls make do.
Yep.
11,
yeah.
did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. It does occur to you that the range of sparrows is quite limited.
Sure.
They don't move around a whole lot.
Yeah.
They can.
They just
Often
would
don't
not
need to.
Yeah. I got the wrong kind of bird, guys.
Right.
Should have been looking for the
Fantastic.
stall.
Like the men-
I've just watched you for
After
10
all that,
minutes
you're like,
talking to a
"Oops, wrong
bird.
bird."
Yeah.
Wait, why am I
here's what
talking to you?
happened. You were at the counter paying for dim sum, and you reached your hand into the lobster tag, and you picked one up, and you went, "Hello," and then you put it back down, and you went, "Wrong number."
They're busy. Yeah, must be Lugaro.
It's painting a vivid image.
Supplies off TV.
Yeah.
It's no help.
I'm finding that a lot funnier than you guys are.
Right.
Anything?
Okay.
Anything else on this
Well,
fucking day?
unless I see some different kinds of birds, I'm having a little bit of trouble here.
Maybe we
Is it
should
worth
just.
it?
All right, you know what?
Scouting for the
Just
eyes.
roll a D100. Just roll a D100 right now.
Yeah.
Is he-
I don't have my D100 out, so I'll roll 2 10s.
2 10s. That'll do it.
All right, 22.
22. You see a welcome swallow,
Oh.
I say, welcome.
and you see a
swallow."
spotted dove.
Okay. Which one's got a
Welcome
better
swallows
range?
don't land a whole lot,
Okay.
Sure.
so like you're not gonna get this thing to stop.
Mhm.
Spotted doves, just sort of like strut around and kind
Got
of
pretty good
wanders up
range?
to you.
Better than a sparrow.
It's
Does the band
basically
look big?
it's basically a pigeon.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like bet
Yeah.
like might have gone further afield. This one appears a little bit juvenile.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask her the same question, see if I get a different,
It's a breeding
different
team.
response. Is there anywhere like other than the town that it ever is afraid to go? Yeah. Poop. If you. No, I'll get it to like hop up on my hand again if it's a yes. Like, is there anywhere that you don't like to go?
Doesn't fly up to your hand.
Okay.
but I never get tired of having you talk to birds. So do keep doing this,
Yeah.
even if you don't get
That's a
positive
big
results.
brave bird.
All right, need more birds, guys.
Where's that out?
How
It's
many
in the
fucking
forest.
bird varieties am I going to go through?
How many
for
have you
this
got?
Penguins. Yeah, are there any
You are the
penguins named
DM. I
for you?
expect you to be prepared.
Oh, I know
populace.
birds, son.
You want a bird?
You want a bird
I don't
off?
know about you guys, but the older I get, the more interesting birds are becoming.
Oh hell yeah!
What's up with that
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
You'll learn one day.
New Zealand native birds. Ah, incredible.
I know.
3 years
Oh
younger
my
than
god! I just see birds and I'm like, man, that is great. What kind of
You're like-
bird is that? I've started
What a-
looking up birds that I see. I'm like, I want to know what kind of bird that is.
Yeah.
I never cared before.
Your
Guys
birds
are old.
It's the gateway bird. You
The
got
gateway
used to
bird.
the gateway bird, and that was it.
That's what happened. You see one fantail and you're like,
So,
oh.
oh, hello.
Don't fuck
What's
with
up?
Scottish seagulls.
Okay.
I
kind of
know
want to
that.
ask.
I've seen one take out a pigeon mid-flight.
Fair.
Oh wow.
Fair.
Is this like a subbreed like Canadian
Yeah, is
geese,
this
or is this
specific?
just
They're
like
just-
seagulls that
they're
happen to be in
just-
Scotland?
They're just
Like in
massive.
elsewhere in the world, they steal your chips, but there they steal your whole deep fried kebab.
Yeah, pretty much. They're huge. Like the seagulls, they are fucking huge.
Let's go around
So
headbutting people.
it's because they've been juicing. You see them in the Glasgow gyms.
Yeah.
I love
they-
you.
Yeah.
Boom.
No, they're just.
Yeah, you see the seagulls just
No,
benching.
they're
like-
on PCP.
Get your own pet.
they're on. They're on. All,
PCP.
they're on all the fucking all the pingers that the Scots left at the beach.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just seagulls getting fucking buzzed.
Yeah.
You hear like this thumping music. It's just 5 seagulls having a rave.
Yeah.
One of them's got a glow stick. You don't know where it got it from.
And then
It swallowed half of it.
and then a
It's
stork,
like sticking out of its mouth and it lights up.
a stork makes its way back from Africa with half a Glaswegian seagull through him.
With a
I
gun.
was going to say the stork makes its way back with a bunch of drugs for the seagull rave. That's where I thought that was
Yeah.
going. Like the stork is their dealer somehow,
Yeah, exactly,
and
yeah.
there's this whole like
Yeah,
avian
The storks
drug
can
smuggling
run.
underground.
I
Yeah,
knew
they
it.
don't carry
I knew
babies
it.
in those.
And then you
in
got
those,
like
baskets.
libertarian sparrows that were like, we should legalize it all, take the money out of the hands of the storks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
So what I'm getting here, guys, is that the birds aren't too concerned.
okay.
Right.
After
So
spending
basically,
like
way
maybe
too
an
many
hour
basically.
talking to a couple of sparrows.
I didn't say you had
and then
to
being
come
like,
with me.
I need more birds. And then goes and finds other birds and talks to them. He's like, guys, the birds know nothing.
Guys, so either the birds are
Oh,
not.
yeah.
So there's no big monster.
Hmm.
It's possible that if it's a hag, the birds wouldn't know to be concerned about it.
Maybe.
Or the hag could be friendly with the birds.
Yeah,
It'd be
could be.
pretty natural.
Well,
Maybe the
They
birds
do-
are
they
just
do- they
surveillance
do use a lot of
devices
nature
for the
magic,
hag.
like, that's
Sure.
the thing.
Could be working against you.
But what
That's
we
true.
have discerned
5G
is that
sparrows.
it's not a wizard minotaur.
Birds aren't real.
okay,
Because that would be very scary to birds.
that would be.
Good to know.
Should
we
we
just
just
maybe,
look
like,
around
yeah.
for stuff? Yeah.
I wonder
Maybe
if
just
it's
around the
possible that the
outskirts
hag's
or
living in town somewhere. Like
Ah,
in a
maybe.
basement in one of the burnt out buildings or something like
Well,
that.
you said they use illusion magic. That could be technically anyone.
True.
It
Could
could
be
be
Lord
Lane.
Darrow.
She was
Could be Lord
suspicious.
Darrow.
2 wordest people: Lord Garrow
Don't leave town.
and
Yeah,
Danlo, in that order.
yeah, in that order.
Have you guys met yourselves?
We don't
I
count.
feel like it goes each and every one of you.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
Are you a hag? Because you have to tell us legally.
Undercover.
So that's on a movie. We-
Yeah.
No. And trust me, if I was lying,
Hags in the
you'd
hood.
be able to
Eggs in
tell.
the hood. Yeah, a Spike Lee joint. Okay. All right. Well, let's do the old-fashioned. Just
Old Ricky.
looking for stuff.
Just
The
wandering.
old-fashioned looking for stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yep.
make perception checks.
We're in a
Let's just roll
forest?
some
Nice.
dice and see
Let's
what
see
happens.
what we can see.
Oh, yeah, that'll.
I'm going to give myself +3 on this.
What? Why?
It's cocked its
Because I
fist.
want to. No, it's because I can. Ooh.
That's better.
Perception.
Ooh, that's not good.
14.
9.
26.
Oh.
You motherfucker.
+3, buddy.
Oh,
How do you
sorry,
get
3.
How do you
to
get
get
26 from a
Rosberg.
+3?
Because I got 18 +5. and
Okay,
+5.
okay.
Rosberg.
Well,
Because I did maths.
I got a
Basically.
natural 20, 25. You stole my thunder.
Ah,
Oh
fucking hell.
boy. And Torgal.
Like blood 5.
like 5? Is it like 5?
It is.
Is it like 5 or is it 5?
It's
between
it's
5
similar
and-
to
It's like
5.
5.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
It's 4 and 1. The two of you, as you are just going out trying to find stuff.
Looking for some
Fine,
stuff.
I
Because
occasionally
that's-
point out stuff to Ron.
Like,
just
Hey
like,
guys,
you
if
really
you,
You're
like
like-
see
that.
any stalks around, you just let me know.
You're wandering around.
Is that another bird?
You just sort of like, that's a starling, and that's a silver eye.
Don't see me in them.
I'm talking to all of them.
Hello.
I'm telling them not to
How are
leave
you?
town.
I like to imagine you're wearing a top hat just so you can tip it to them, and then at the end of the walk, you take the top hat off and you pull a dove out.
Yeah.
Don't leave town.
I saw a video recently of people releasing doves at a wedding and they flew into the power line.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's the
They like,
catering.
took the power
That's the
out.
catering sorted.
Yeah, they like took the power out and also died.
We're cooking
just
bin
maybe
chicken,
the
guys.
bin
The
chicken.
worst possible marital omen.
Who wants bin chicken, guys?
Barbecue. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
you're trying to find.
the whole of
You see the nothing with some amount of certainty. You've sort of headed southward. Coincidentally, in the direction you first encountered down low, you find nothing.
okay.
Right.
And you feel with some certainty you've found nothing. You've seen all the nothing.
There's
Okay.
definitely a lot
I've
of nothing
searched through
around.
all the abandoned buildings in town.
Yeah, I mean maybe not like all of them, but like you've sort of headed southward. You've gone out to the sort of past the southern limit of town, passed over the road that leads out towards the desert, and yeah, a whole lot of nothing.
Okay, so are we inferring that we went a certain direction, we found stuff. We went another direction, we found stuff. We went this way, we didn't find anything. That we're still to narrow down a perimeter.
Maybe. Yeah.
By this point, it is getting late enough in the day that you probably don't have time to search a whole other area just yet.
No, we should probably head back.
How long was it gonna be until Garrow got back? Like another?
Maybe this evening, maybe
This
tomorrow.
evening or tomorrow morning, you
Yeah.
told.
Shall we not go out and search tomorrow morning, or do we want to go out and search tomorrow morning to get out of town, so we don't have to talk to him just yet?
Well, I don't think we can really do anything until we've run it by him, right?
Sweet, I've got something I want to do anyway.
Okay.
You want to go alone?
No,
This is a group activity.
I will not be going alone because I was told not to, and
Absolutely.
That was
I
a test,
decided
too
we
bad.
should probably follow what people say for once.
But I do want to jerk off in Lane's flower bed, so someone
Yeah.
is going to have
You
to
can't
watch me
go
do
alone.
that now.
Yeah,
Which is
you
good,
can't
buddy
go.
system.
Which I prefer. I would have preferred someone to watch, and now I have a convenient excuse
Yeah.
to require someone to do it.
Who's going to be my bathroom buddy?
You and me, buddy.
Behold.
Yeah, that was easy.
Very quick.
Yeah. A bit too quick.
I was
Oh, yeah.
expecting crickets and just dive right on that grenade.
Someone's got it.
No, they don't. Actually,
We were specifically told go everywhere together.
But then we were
she
also
said
specifically
that you
told we
could
don't
go
have
to the
go
bathroom
Ah,
and
shit,
bed
yeah, yeah.
alone.
Okay, all right.
Rosberg was
so,
just
alright,
trained.
You
Yeah,
don't,
we just
you
came
don't
from
know
the
what you
pain,
signed
bud.
up for.
Selective hearing for sure.
My diet is terrible.
You
I
heard
heard-
something about
I heard
waterfalls.
go to the bathroom together.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Anyway,
So we'll make our way back then.
yeah, as
to
you
the
also-
You want to tell us what you wanted to do or not?
Yeah.
really?
you
Like,
make your way into the Hellish
No.
Rebuke in the evening.
fine.
Maximilian fixes you meals, fixes you drinks. Is his regular hospitable self. As you also bed down for the night, anything else in particular before the next morning? Couple share a bed, I don't know, really dedicated to the buddy system, top and tail.
Hand holding.
We already share rooms, some of us.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just add notes to my journal
Yeah, sure.
as I will do.
You are awoken very early in the morning, maybe just about 10 minutes, 20 minutes past sunrise, by a horn being blown out in the street.
Oh boy.
As you all sort of pick yourselves up out of bed. As you are, you hear the front door of the tavern kind of unlock, click open, click shut fast. You guys all in your rooms hear the sound of footsteps coming up the stairs, and you hear Maximilian yell, "Guards above and below, it's a raid!"
Oh shit.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
up,
boy.
oh fuck. Okay.
Where's
Here we go.
Basal?
It's a raid. Okay, I get out longbow, I guess.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
you all
let's
sort of
kit up.
kit up as quickly as possible. You make your way down to the tavern, and he's sort of already down the stairs, and he outside there.
Cool. I go
There's
over to
so
the window.
many.
I look around.
You poke your head out. It's a goblin raid.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay, sick.
You
All right,
poke
I
your
let the
head
boys know
out.
immediately, like
You
quietly.
can see in sort of to the south end of town, just at the point where the buildings kind of begin. You can see what looks like a genuinely sizable mass of goblins. Make a perception check.
Okay. 18.
Eyeballing it, it's like maybe 40.
40 goblins. Boys, 40 goblins. Step it up.
4-0.
Step it up. 40 goblins. We're on deck.
I don't know if we.
We're on
Earn your
deck.
pay. Earn your pay. Big payday. Let's go.
What?
I don't.
Certain death?
Opportunity! Like, he turns around. His eyes have turned into dollar bills.
No.
go.
No. What? 40.
Get
40.
your shit together. 40. Let's
I
go.
haven't.
I don't
there's-
think
All
we
right.
can actually fight 40 goblins.
Get out.
Certainly
We are
can't do
dead.
it
Shit.
within the half an hour we have left.
No, yeah.
So we are going to have to end the session off here. I will give us just a little bit before we kind of get to that, just prior to rolling this. You see them, they're kind of moving up. As you kind of look out at them, there's like a mass of them, and you can see behind them. Hold on. This is a whole thing. You can see stood at the rear of the lot of them is one much taller, different looking thing. And among the mass of goblins, there's about 4 or 5 quite lanky, hairy, almost ape-looking, stood on 2 legs, just sort of in among the lot of them. And as they're sort of moving in towards the town, you see them kind of split into groups. And that is where we're going to lead off. Okay. Yeah.
To glimpse any identifying features, anything that I recognize.
Huge
Yeah,
balls.
Nazi
Yes,
armbands on all of them.
Alright, so I'll just prepare the
Everything
minis
was
with the
all of this was
armbands.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I
no,
want to look
Yeah.
as well. If there's anything.
like
I
identifiers. No,
yeah.
they're just they goblins. They don't
but the
have
big-
the big guys?
uniforms.
The big dudes.
They have each of them has a T-shirt that says "I'm with Hag."
Yeah, I
no.
What about if I can make out the creature at the back? Knowing what I do.
Make a perception check first.
Ooh.
11.
You're not seeing it distinctly enough from where you stood, and with the direction that they are raiding from, the sun just kind of comes awkwardly across. It's not directly behind it or anything, but just the angle that it comes across at, you can't really see him just in the wash of sunlight.
Dick.
Which way are they coming?
Yeah.
They're kamikaze
Which way did they
pilots.
come
They
in?
know.
Which direction are they coming from?
From the
They're coming from the
sun.
south.
South.
So the sun is kind of rising the normal way, but what kind of happens is like it's only just peeking over the top of buildings like the tavern, so it's like catching the topmost part. But then where they are, there's no buildings obstructing it. So where you are, it's shadow, and where they are, it's bright light. And reconciling those two things at once isn't easy for the eyes to do. So it's like you can see it, you can kind of make it out, but it's like your eyes kind of struggle with just the difference in light, because they're kind of right on that border, that threshold.
Sick. All right. It's good work, boys.
Sick.
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah, as much as we would have 25 minutes left. Yeah, I'm not going to do like 25 minutes
2
of
goblets a minute.
combat.
Oh no.
And I'm going to level with you.
Let's go
I've
big
got to
on
roll
it.
initiative for like 40 goblins back here. So what would probably happen is we'd spend 20 minutes rolling initiatives,
yeah.
and then we would come to. So we'll kick off next session. Everyone be ready to kick straight into it, roll initiatives. Might be worth you doing your visions now, just so that's resolved and that's out of the way and done.
I had started that. I didn't know if I could do the individual one. Would I have had time to do that? If it's like raid,
it's like a part of your daily preparation. So like some of you guys had to like don armor.
Oh,
You
right,
would have
right,
done that
right,
in that
okay.
time.
Okay, I will do that one. That probably would have been with Marder, I would have thought.
Oh, okay. Nice.
What
does Marder get?
19.
matter? What's your base?
Unnaturally resilient again. The same.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh,
And what are your what's your fast sight rolls? Or
My
foresight
fast sight
rather?
rolls.
Ooh,
Had I remember?
this is the real shit.
Was both were actually -3 penalties.
2 -3 penalties.
Shit.
Not bad. Not bad. That's
Oh.
actually that's pretty chunky.
Mm.
And then technically there's prophetic arcana, but we don't have to worry too much about that. If anyone else has like start of day things that need to happen, then do figure
Oh,
those
mine
out.
is almost always mage honor. That's
Yeah.
So
Oh,
otherwise,
And you would be able to cast that obviously before the whole thing gets started.
You just do that as you wake up.
Well, because it's sort of like the dude like Martin pokes his head out and he's like 40 goblins,
Yeah, oh,
40
yeah.
goblins, and you're like, ugh!
just when he says 40, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care what the fuck it
40th
is.
birthday, hey!
Yeah, my true love got for me 40 skinny leg gobos and some big motherfucking
We'll
tree in
we'll
the back.
pick this up next week. Make sure you watch then to find out
How
find out which
how fast
goblin
we
kills
die.
which party member.
Yeah.
Aside from that, thank you for tuning in to Dice Baby. We do this every single week.
Here we
No,
go.
it's
If we
good time.
survive.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Nice.
Finger guns or thumbs up.
2 thumbs.
And one of
Speckle
each.
hand.